bit stronger. Yeah. Ooh. We got our last cold brewski. We didn't get 3 because we didn't want to get snockered. You know, we just want to get kind of buzzed, but we don't want to get, so fucked up. There's going to be bad thunderstorms tomorrow. The AC isn't working properly. And got to feed and take care of the dogs and stuff like that. So we don't want to get so fucked up that we get throwed. As they call it. Let's play some of my songs that I've written over the years. This one's for Irina Zarutska, the Ukrainian immigrant who was stabbed in her neck for no reason before Charlie Kirk was assassinated. This one goes out to her. This one's called Free. Free can be about anybody. It could be about everybody. Doesn't matter what free is about. In this case, I dedicate it to Irina Zarutska, who was senselessly stabbed by a multiple repeat felon who was out in, what was it? Was it North Carolina or something? In Charlotte? Turn the fan on, huh? Yeah, in case the AC doesn't work right. Yeah. In case the air con. Yeah, it's kind of funny because I grew up with my friend's mom was from Scotland or England, and she spent time in Australia. So she called the air conditioning, she called it the air con. She's like, is there something wrong with the air con? And then she called she didn't call the bathroom the water closet. She just spent enough time in America to call it the bathroom. So there are some tales that in England they call it the water closet. But she called the air conditioning system the air con. And then she called the parking spaces, the parking lot, she called that the car park. And funny stuff like that. So it was a Scottish English lady that was my friend's mom. And then she had spent time as a nurse in Perth, Australia. And so she had pretty interesting English vernacular, to say the least. Yeah. I guess she had been all over the world, so her English accent wasn't very thick, but her expressions were definitely not Native American, if you will. Like, you could tell she wasn't, that she had been in other English-speaking countries and domains. So to Irina Zarutska, who was senselessly stabbed in the neck for no reason, just some girl who worked at a pizza shop, a Ukrainian immigrant refugee from that bloody and senseless war by Vladimir Putin, the invader. That murderous butcher who will one day die, like everyone will. Even the most powerful will die. At least there's a time limit, even for tyrants. This song is called Free by Scott Allen Wheeler, myself. It's dedicated to Irina Zarutska, young woman murdered on that light rail. Sitting all alone on a train, sitting by myself, ease the pain. really doesn't matter much to me, 'cause I know that you're free. Really doesn't matter what they say, 'cause I know every single one of those motherfuckers will go away someday. Running out of time, you're running out of mind. You're free now. You're free now. Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, rest in peace, Irina Zarutska, and Charlie Kirk, and all the fallen. Gone down these tragic times in the century, in this decade. This decade of uncivility, inhumanity, slavery and oppression, darkness and evil upon us. God help us in Jesus Christ. Amen. Yeah, my guitarist friend would say, play that song that does the C major. Is that B flat major? And then it's and he goes, do that one that does the D minor and the F and the C. Yeah, that's funny. I didn't even know a lot about guitar. The guy had been playing guitar since he was like 11. He still was asking me like, what chords did you play? That was funny. Dude, you've been playing guitar since you were like 9. You don't know what fucking guitar chords I was playing? Oh well, I'm glad he's interested in my song. Yeah, at least musicians are interested in my shit. So that's a good sign. Well, it'd be worse if musicians were like, oh man, oh you play music? I don't give a fuck. Yeah, that'd be worse. Being ignored, right? Like, oh, you play piano? Like, or nobody acknowledges that you did anything. Wow, that'd be rough, dude. That's kind of cool. Like people acknowledge like you had a cool song or something. That's pretty cool. I mean, I don't seek out fame or fortune, but I'm saying, isn't that cool? Like somebody knows you for doing something. I mean, I guess that's what fame is. People know you for doing something, right? That's the nature of fame. Fame is like David Bowie. 20 for me, 20 for you. Gotta get rich, boy. Fame, fame, fame. That's David Bowie and John Lennon. 20 for me, 20 for you. Gotta get rich, boy. Crime. Fame, 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 fame. Is there a difference between being famous and being known? Maybe it's kind of cool to be known for the right things, isn't it? Like to be known. That's kind of cool, I suppose. Yeah. It's probably more dreadful to be famous than it is to be known. It's probably nice to just be acknowledged that you exist and what you do matters. That must be a good feeling for some people. That must be nice. It must be sweet. Is this another song that other musicians request that I play that I wrote? Okay, we'll do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 8, 9, 10, then begin again. 11. Yeah, you bring me higher up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 8, 9, 10, then begin again. 11, 'cause you bring me higher up. Oh, see the clouds, they are ascending. Just like my Father, the art in heaven. 'Cause you bring me higher up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I tell you how I really feel. Bring me heaven, and you bring me higher up. Don't tell me you're having a feeling. Yeah, I like the old Star Trek dynamic because it was Captain Kirk is ethos. Ethos is the triad of friendship, the 3 triad friendship. It's a literary tool. I don't know if it's an actual psychological entity that 3 friends stick together. Well, there's always 3. Why is there always a triad of friends? Because it's logos, ethos, and pathos. So the triangle of friends is, it's not just the 6 degrees of separation, but the triangle in literary and real life is because the opposites attract and they form the relationship triangle psychologically. So that's why these friendships form, and they find themselves in literary fiction. Of course, there's plenty of duos in literary fiction, but there's plenty of trios as well. The triad is a very important literary device for characters and character traits. Sometimes they expand it to 4 sometimes, but basically a triad. I think beyond the duo and the triad, the 4th guy or the 4th friend or the 4th character is just like an add-on, like the 4th Musketeer, but it's usually like the 3 Musketeers. So typically the literary agent would be logos, pathos, and ethos. Logos is logic. That's Mr. Spock. Logic in The Lord of the Rings is Legolas, obviously. He's logic and wisdom. All right, so pathos is emotion. Pathos in The Lord of the Rings is Samwise Gamgee, obviously. Or, I'm sorry, Gimli, son of Glóin, is pathos. If you're looking at Aragorn, Legolas. And Gimli, so he's pathos. Ethos. Ethos is the leader. McCoy is pathos. Pathological, it means emotions. So McCoy in Star Trek is pathos. Spock is logos. And to complete the classic psychological triad, ethos is James T. Kirk, because he has to balance emotion and logic to make the right decisions. Being the captain, being the leader. So ethos, he has to balance emotion and logic to come up with the best decision possible. That's the way he balances his decision between emotion and logic. Whether it's Aragorn, son of Arathorn in The Lord of the Rings, or the triad of Bones, Spock, and McCoy in Star Trek, the original series, and so on. So, logos, logic; ethos, ethics; pathos, pathological, it's emotion. It doesn't mean that these literary structures can't be expanded in your particular novel or movie. It doesn't mean that you can't break conventions. It doesn't mean that you have to follow conventions at all. I think, it was Star Trek and the original Star Wars were so successful because they kind of stayed the formula. They had specific formulas that really worked very well. And so when Star Trek and Star Wars went really woke and really leftist and really communist, they lost the plot. Star Trek was always liberal, but in the classical sense of liberalism, not into the realm of madness or queerism or dykeism or whatever it was. Star Trek was accepting of other cultures and races and open arms to other points of view and other cultures and other ethnicities and other alien races, but it still stayed true to its core principles of exploration. And its highest ideal in Star Trek was exploration. And so I think eventually that was lost. The core ideal for Star Trek was not to hate Donald Trump. The core idea of Star Trek was, like Western frontiersmen, the joy of exploration. Like Shigeru Miyamoto in The Legend of Zelda, the joy of being a child and exploring a cave or a wilderness frontier. So the writers of Star Trek and the owners of Star Trek eventually forgot what Star Trek was really, what the mission of it was all about. The mission of Star Wars, eventually the Disney, who bought Star Wars, forgot what Star Wars was about. It was about confidence in the spirit world, in the Force. The idea was that you don't trust computers, you trust your own gut feeling, your reaction. You interact with the world not on a technological basis, but you feel the spirit of it. You interact with the spirit dimension. That was the heart of Star Wars. And once it went gay and woke and fucking Disney, it started to suck. They totally forgot what Star Wars was all about. Star Wars was about Luke Skywalker attacking evil. And he switches off his advanced computer so he could feel the Force, feel the spirit, so he could take down the evil forces. It wasn't because he was bi-curious or gay queer that he took down the evil forces. He took it down because he turned off all his technology and he trusted who he was and his destiny as a spiritual being. That's why he took down the Empire. Not because he was gay or he was a transsexual or something. That wasn't why Luke Skywalker took down the Empire. Betrayal of the original ideas. So the original concept of Star Trek is that it's a Western in outer space. That's it. Essentially, in a nutshell. It's just the Wild Wild West in outer space. Boom. Star Trek. They even call it Star Trek, which Trek is more of an antiquated term in 18th and 19th century, America to the westward expansion. So, but Trek is not antiquated. You could still say it and get away with it in contemporary 21st century English. You could still say, "Oh, I took a trek." You could say that. You could get away like, oh, I took a trek to the mountains. It means a travel, a trek, a traversion, a trip. And, it's a redneck way. It's an ancient way of saying I'm taking a trip. Star Wars was never about technology. It was never about trusting anything except the spirit. Star Wars 1977 was all about George Lucas telling people, don't trust technology, don't trust computers, don't trust the technological industry or the military, industrial, technological, pharmaceutical, state media propaganda complex. Don't trust any of that. Trust yourselves, your own instinct. Even the evil and the light forces. Luke turns off his computer to defeat the Death Star. Even Darth Vader himself, the evil regime that's corrupted, tells his men, do not be proud of this technological terror you've constructed. The ability to destroy a planet is insignificant to the power of the Force. When he's talking about the Force, he's talking about a spiritual power. He's talking about a power that's immaterial, that cannot be stopped. He's talking about the power of consciousness and will. He's talking about the power of God. He's not talking about some Google robot. He's talking about the power of God. That's what he's telling them. Star Wars isn't just some campy serial. It has a lot of deep themes embedded within it. It has a lot of deep motifs. It's really quite complex. So, it is not just some popcorn jack-off silly thing. It's a lot deeper than a lot of people even realize how deep it is. It's extremely deep. So Star Wars is telling people who watch Star Wars, originally by George Lucas, trust yourself, trust in God, don't put your faith in technology. Whether you're on the dark side or the light side, don't trust it. Don't trust the system. Trust yourself. Trust your own instinct. And that will be the will of God that will lead you the way. Period. Boom. That's essentially what Star Wars... I don't think I've misinterpreted Star Wars. I've been watching Star Wars since I was a child. Ever since I was in kindergarten. I know what Star Wars is all about. It's about the Spirit of God. It's about man trusting God and trusting nothing else. That's what the Force is basically God. That's what he's saying. Trust the Force. Trust God. And it will set you free. You will win. Every single time. The Force will be with you. He's saying God will be with you always. Shalom. That's basically what George Lucas is saying. In a nutshell. It's like Star Wars may seem like a fun, campy, popcorn summer movie in 1977. It's a lot deeper than that. I promise you. Star Wars originally is so deep. It's so sad it's reduced to a lesbian lover scene or something like that, or a gay robot or whatever. It's so pathetic that Star Wars was acquired by Disney. But George Lucas wanted to make sure, his 10th grandchildren didn't worry about paying for college. So I admire that. I respect that. In a way. I mean, I understand his logic. I get it. It's his creation. He can do whatever he wants to. So I don't have to buy Disney Star Wars because it's gay and it sucks and it's shit. I don't have to buy any ABC Disney shit because it's gay and it's fucked up and there's no spirit and it's satanic and it's shit. I don't have to buy any of that, and I never will. I always keep on my memories of the original Star Wars made by George Lucas, its original creator, and 20th Century Fox and so on. So I could never be falling down the waterfall. Hey. I could never see a tornado. I could never believe I could never see falling down the waterfall. It's hard to see falling down waterfall. Getting hard to breathe. I could never be. I could never believe before you came into my life. Let's go. Slow changes, little kiss of white love, rocking ages. Wanna turn up a pretty child. I'll stay wild. I could never be. I could never see rolling down the waterfall. Falling down the waterfall. Getting hard to breathe. Falling down the waterfall. Getting hard to see. I can never be. Maybe that's my favorite part of Star Trek is when Dr. Bones McCoy tells Spock, he goes, Don't tell me you got an emotion." My favorite parts. "Don't tell me you got an emotion," Logos, pathos, ethos, logic, emotion, ethics, a psychological triad, or the friend triad. Did I learn about it in psychological class? Well, I could have read it in Psych 101, but I could have done that at personal on literary search. So where literature and psychology kind of intersect is probably in a lot of intersection zones, because the simple fact that human psychology intersects with literature naturally. So science intersects with art at certain curvatures. So obviously, I'm going to know multiple fields just by their intersection. Like math and science intersect, art and psychology are going to intersect definitely. So all those disciplines are going to intersect at some point. So that's not surprising. That's what I'm saying. No one is surprised that math and science intersect, but people might be surprised that psychology and art intersect. Perhaps some people are surprised. Maybe not all, but. So people watch Star Trek because it was in its original form. It might have been neoliberal or liberal, but it had a main mission, which was exploration and the spirit of the frontier. And so that was still the main mission. It wasn't really some other agenda. Star Wars had a agenda that the Force was beyond technology and evil, and it would be able to overcome. So, all right, Tula, we can go outside. Yeah. All right, here we go. Are you ready, babe? Go out there and smoke a cig. Okay. All right, let's go, too. You gonna be okay? All right, honey. Okay, let's go, too. Don't stiff my butthole, huh? Sensitive about the butthole. Chill with that shit. No, Tula. No. Good observation, though. Okay, too. Still good chill, man. Enjoys the breeze. Don't always have to be a war. Chill. Okay, two. Don't want to break the chill vibes.